Welcome to the iRacing eSports Network, welcome to the BSR MX5 series, and welcome to Tsukuba for the first round of the new championship. And the drivers now just finished qualifying, as we say. So here is the grid for the first round of the season. Then Charlie Summers and Jamie Ayres make up the front row. Jason Cooper, last season's champion, with Ashley Beard on row 2, with Marcelo Panion in 6th. Luke Cooper is 9th. Elmar Ellicat with Dave Hampson on the 6th row of the grid. Kip Stevens 16th, and Niels Carstensen is in 20th place.
But Charlie Summers for Swift Cooper eSports is on the front row then, behind him Jamie Ayres and Jason Cooper, so it should be an interesting one here as the revs rise and the lights begin to come on for the first time this season. It's lights out and away we go. To quote Crofty, Charlie Summers gets an excellent start as they come down towards turn 1. Jamie Ayres didn't get the best time off the line. It's brought Jason Cooper really into play for him. But as they all go through, we've got one car round, and that's Jason Cooper already. And a couple of other guys falling down the grid as well as everyone chops and changes into turn 1. No big real incidents, a couple of cars off there at the back as well, Chaz. But Jason Cooper there really missed out.
Yeah, previous season's champion then turned round at turn 1. Really not what he wanted. I think it was one of the Excite cars ran a little bit wide and just gave him a tap, and as the wheels came together it just popped the car around into the air as we saw. Charlie Summers and Jamie Ayres then side by side out of the hairpin down the straight. No slipstreaming here from these guys, but they've got to worry about the Excite cars behind Tom, because as always they're feisty as ever.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? And they're looking really racy here. And they'll be looking to get a good result and hit the season straight off the bat. Jamie Ayres up the inside as they round the final corner, though. He's pushing Charlie Summers a little bit wide. That's brought the Excite boys into play as they come towards turn 1. Beard has a little look round the outside, but Jamie Ayres still up the inside of Charlie Summers. Really breaks late there, causes Summers to go wide. And this has brought the Excite boys into play as well. They're pretty much in a diamond formation now as they come towards the second of the hairpins. Jamie Ayres leads. Summers still up the inside, and Summers about to go through again. And it looks like he's managed to make it stick, but Ayres still with him. They're still side by side for half a lap now, but it looks like Ayres has made it through, although Brian Holmes at the number 58 now with Charlie Summers, and he's managed to get a nose in as they come towards the third hairpin. Holmes breaks late, on board with him now, and I think he might have got Charlie Summers done there, but Summers does get a decent run coming out of the hairpin, and he's coming back at him as we come down the back straight now. Brilliant shot on board with Brian Holmes. You can see he's just going to be waiting to find his breaking point wisely. He's a wise old owl, is Brian. He lets him go a little bit early, breaks a little bit early, sorry, and just lets Charlie go through. But Chaz, what a brilliant lap of racing that was. I think the year 1 car looks really striking. It's just a little bit down on Swift Cooper eSports livery for myself. So, but Charlie Summers has got back into the lead then as we look back towards the front. I think that was probably done maybe on a slipstream going into the last corner, but Jamie Ayres isn't letting him go, is he? And I've got to say, Chaz, as well, the Excite boys are looking really racy behind them, but they've also got Marcelo Panion, who's now, they've sort of caught up with the front runners now after they've been battling.
But he's currently in the Swift Cooper eSports sandwich with Carstensen, Stevens and Cooper. That is Luke Cooper behind as well, not Jason. Jason Cooper, I don't think, is still in the race. Let's have a look. He is actually. He's in 26th place. Did start 3rd on the grid though, so he's not going to be too chuffed with that, but he's made a good recovery so far.
As they come into turn 1 for the final time then, Charlie Summers leads from Jamie Ayres, who's nearly a second back now from Brian Holmes and Ashley Beard. You've got Panion in there as well.
Charlie Summers though, making a big impact this evening, takes the race win from Jamie Ayres, Ryan Holmes, Ashley Beard, Marcelo Panion. Plowman is in 6th with Adam McNally, Jack Ashton, Pete Van Gool and Elmar Ellicat. That's a great finish that is for him on his debut, 10th place overall. And just now, Tom, if you'll do the honours, we have the results from race 1.
Yeah, so Charlie Summers takes a well-deserved race win, 8/10 of a second ahead of Jamie Ayres for SimLab Racing in 2nd. Marcelo Panion, the next Swift Cooper eSports car, across the line in P5. Elmar Ellicat in 10th, Niels Carstensen in 12th. 13th was Luke Cooper, 14th was Kip Stevens. 24th was Jason Cooper. Didn't have a bad recovery drive there after his incident right at the start.
Welcome back to the iRacing eSports Network and Tsukuba for the second race tonight in the BSR MX5 Pro Series.
And that's upset him quite a lot. All the other cars streaming around the corner in the background. We've got another Swift Cooper eSports car around in the background, Chaz. I'm not sure who that was. If you could have a look at your timing screen while we look at the front. Your own Ursum still holding his own from Joe McDonald to the lead, and we've got a big shunt right in the midfield.
Yeah, Billy Rose in there. Luke Cooper, I believe. He's taking over. Oh, David Ayres on the inside there. Who's that he's made contact with? That was Dave Hampson making the change over to SimLab. There's the 77 car around there as well. Oh, there's more cars. It's absolute chaos. Number 12 machine, that's Will Daniels. David Ayres is in there. The number 50 car, that is Nils Carstensen. Charlie Summers was actually the car that was turned around at turn 1. But he's managed to get back going and make it through. But real shame to see so many incidents in one go there. But he's chasing down Al Amri. But look who's behind him. It's the number 1 car, last season's champion, Jason Cooper. Turned round at turn 1 in race 1 from 3rd on the grid. And he's going to be hoping to get P1 in that number 1 car. Really hangs it around the outside of Rob Graham there. Great stuff by Jason Cooper, proving why he's champion of the series at the moment. Reigning champion, of course. And now he's going to be chasing down Abdulkir Al Amri for the lead. And, well, 8 laps to go, Tom. I'm pretty confident he can get that done, to be honest.
As Jason Cooper gets a decent run coming out the last corner, but Al Amri is having none of it. He gets a better run coming out of that corner. Al Amri's got a bit of damage on the rear of the car. Don't think that'll upset him too much. Jason Cooper, though, down the inside into the last corner, keeps it nice and neat in 4th gear. Sitting at about 130 k's, pushes it out wide, gets the move done. Back on board with Al Amri now. He's going to have another little look. Jason Cooper goes right to the inside, braking hard, down into 2nd gear. Tip the car in, and then back on the power, push it out nice and wide. And that's how you do a move at Tsukuba, Chaz. Jason Cooper now leading the race, and he's up 13 places already, and he's going to be looking to make inroads now to pull away from these guys behind. You know, I think Swift Cooper eSports might have upped their game for this season.
Yeah, they've got a great driver lineup as well, to be fair, of Swift Cooper. Obviously retaining Marcelo Pagnon for the 2nd series in a row. Jason and Luke Cooper, both very quick. Charlie Summers, we saw, won race 1. He's gained 14 places at the moment and is 23rd overall. Who else they've got? They've got Nils Carstensen as well joining them. Stevens once again this season, who we saw him win a couple of races last season. You see him on screen now, just ahead of Ashley Beard. He's in this battle here. Mikey Key, Craig Jones ahead of him. Craig Jones behind him. Is he gonna? Oh, he's dipped a wheel on the grass there, hasn't he? Oh, Key out of shape. Oh, Marcelo runs wide. Oh, big hit into the wall. And to be fair, he was lucky not to be collected by another car there. He should have really moved it out of the way a bit sooner. Oh, he does get caught.
But this is the reason why he is world champion. As he comes around the corner for the final time and takes the win in race 2. What a brilliant drive for him.
Well, he's doing his donuts, but for the 2nd time tonight, Tom, we have the results.
So Jason Cooper takes a really well-deserved win from Abdulkir Al Amri. There was 6.1 seconds between them in the end, and he only overtook him, I believe it was lap 8. So brilliant drive there from Jason. And then Kip Stevens in 8th. Charlie Summers, your race 1 winner, down in 16th. 18th, Elmar Elacotti. And then your non-finishers, I believe we've got quite a few. Michael Wortman, Marcelo Pagnon, Luke Cooper, Nils Carstensen, and Will Daniels.
We're here for race 3 of the evening. Charles Draycott, Tom Jacobs, and Alex Simpson. And Tom, another reverse grid for us. So once again, more action.
Looking at Mikey Key now for Result Clothing. He's coming under pressure from Jason Cooper, your race 2 winner. Looks like Cooper's probably going to stick one up the inside, although he's a wise old owl. Although he does, I thought he was going to back out of it then, but he has made the move stick. Mikey Key giving him plenty of room. And through Jason Cooper goes. If you're a Jason Cooper fan, he's now up into P17. And he's making his way towards the front of the field, Chaz. He's currently up 14 places from the start.
Yeah, he's done good progress so far, and we've learned to expect that from them. Really, it's one of those series sometimes where, I mean, you do see a big spread of talent. You see some of the quicker guys coming through, but I think that's part of the enjoyment, really. I mean, if I was someone like Jason Cooper, for example, who last season we saw him gain place after place after place every single race, you'd really start to enjoy it because you are making the moves, and it's what comes with the racecraft. I mean, Jason and Luke do have real life motorsport involvement as well. So, if anything, it's probably good practice for him, really. I mean, without any sort of consequence if it goes a little bit wrong. And into the fight comes Charlie Summers, race 1 winner. He's going to try and get involved with Stuart as well now. Great little train of cars going on here. You can see the wonderful reflections coming off the side of them in this wonderful sunset. 2 laps to go after this one. McNally, of course, sporting the number 3. Oh, he's clipped the back of Jacqueline. He runs wide into Summers. The two of them lose out there. Jacqueline actually managed to save the car. Great save, Tom. But yeah, McNally and Summers, unfortunately, the two that lose out there. Yeah, great race that one. Really well deserved by the SimLab boys, though. Great to see them get a 1-2. It's been a long time coming, I think, to be fair. As we see Niels Carstensen using every little bit of the track. I'm hoping to see him get a couple of wins this year, because Niels Carstensen is the sort of name that you want to be seeing at the top of a podium. That's a proper race driver's name, that is. So hopefully he'll be doing just as well as the rest of the Swift Cooper eSports boys. But for the third time tonight, seems I can't count, we should have the results, Tom.
Yeah, Steve Hefford takes the race win ahead of his teammate Jamie Ayres. That's a SimLab 1-2. Elmar Erlacotti in 9th. Charlie Summers in 10th, Jason Cooper in 11th, Kip Stevens in 12th, Marcelo Panion in 15th, 20th Luke Cooper, Niels Carstensen in 27th, Chaz's favourite race driver name there.
4th and final race of the night, and as you can see, we're under some wonderful, wonderful sunset conditions.
Judging from my timing screen, everyone's streaming down. The light is looking fantastic. One of the Excite guys is round. Oh, and they're all coming together on the hairpin. Everyone just hold their brakes. A lot of Swift Cooper eSports guys involved in that, Chaz. We've got the number 36 round there as well.
Summers and Hefford in there as well, I think.
Yeah, that's a disaster for SimLab and Swift Cooper eSports there.
And Jason Cooper as well. So all 3 race winners tonight are actually the bottom 3 at the moment.
As they round the last corner to start lap number 3, then Nick McCarron leads from Niels Carstensen. That could be a fierce battle towards the end, couldn't it?
Looking at the moment then, Adam McNally chasing down Luke Cooper in the Swift Cooper eSports car. As we look at Carl Jacqueline now, through goes Marcelo Panion. Marcelo making a decent run back through the field. He's up, well, I say it was him making the decent run. It's actually Carl Jacqueline making the run. He's 14 places gained.
The lights absolutely ablaze as they come round on lap number 11 then. Luke Cooper currently running in P4. He's got quite a gap though to try and catch Craig Jones. It's about 4.6 seconds at this point, so I think unless the top 3 have a little bit of a coming together, I don't really think he's going to be able to make that up. But you can never tell within motor racing. Anything can happen, and we've seen it a million times. People leading and then falling off at the end, and so it remains to be seen whether he will stay in 4th or whether he'll move up or backwards. But I'm not going to give him the commentator's curse too badly on that one.
And right now we look at Niels Carstensen, who has made an impression on me, not just because he's got a fantastic name, but the fact that he's really hot on the heels there of Nick McCarron. 1 lap to go, Tom. Well, we're on the final lap now. And if he puts Nick under enough pressure here, he might grab a win. And that'd be 3 wins out of 4 tonight for Swift Cooper eSports, which I think they'll be more than happy with. They do have disqualification incident point limits in these races, so for anyone that doesn't know, in iRacing, if you put 2 wheels on the grass or make contact or spin the car, you get what's known as an incident point, but it's probably a bit late for me to be referencing that as Nick McCarron comes out the final corner and takes the checkered flag. Well-deserved win by Nick McCarron. Great result for Niels Carstensen. Cooper is, well, was showing as 3rd for a second. Ashley Beard finishes 4th. Craig Jones, oh, no, it's updated. I do apologise. Beard 3rd, Jones 4th. And of Key, Ersum, Cullen and Stevens Rivette. Marcelo Panion rounds out the top 10. There's a car there with a massive amount of damage on it. Can't quite tell who it is. Who's this coming towards us? Adam McNally there. That's Cooper. Oh, Cooper and Jones. Oh, Adam McNally. That's a big hit into the wall.
But Nick McCarron then for SimLab takes their 2nd race win of the evening. So SimLab might be back here. Really good show from them. Niels Carstensen finishes in P2. 8th, Kip Stevens. Marcelo Panion in 10th. 21st, Charlie Summers. Luke Cooper in 26th. Elmar Erlacotti in 28th. And your non-finishers, we have quite a lot of them. Jason Cooper.
Just final thoughts on tonight, Tom. Great way to start off the series in my mind.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. All the guys a little bit more tame than we're normally used to. But I think that's because it's the start of the season. But judging from what we saw tonight, I think it's going to make for some absolutely brilliant racing towards the end of the season, and obviously halfway through it. I'm really looking forward to the battle between Excite SimLab and Swift Cooper eSports. Really looking forward to that fight, and I think it's going to really start to put this series on the map.
Don't forget, you can check out our own work as well on Apex Racing TV. We're on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch as well now. So if you do want to catch any of the broadcasts that we do, you can find us on there. Alex, Tom, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you next week at Spa-Francorchamps. Good night.